Hello everyone, and good evening and welcome to today's course demo and placement journey. My name is Mubeen and I work as a technology head, and I'm also one of the directors of Emertxe. So about our company, we are an edtech company established in the year of 2003, primarily delivering trainings in the area of embedded systems, IoT, and full stack web application development. So today what I'll do is I'll walk through the embedded systems course which we deliver for fresh engineers and working professionals, and I'll explain briefly about what the course consists of, the delivery methodology. I'll touch upon placements, how the placement process works in Emertxe, and I'll also show a quick demo of how the online classes are delivered for one or two modules, followed by a walkthrough of the learning management system which we use at Emertxe. In between, if you have any questions related to the topics which I'm discussing, you can post your queries in the chat window and I'll be happy to answer your queries. So just we can confirm so far. Hope everything is audible. Okay, so I could see a few of you introducing in the chat box. Yeah. All right, I see Varun from Coimbatore. He's studying final year in AC. Okay, I see Prajwal from Amravati, Maharashtra, 2022 pass out. Maria Florence from Andhra. Okay. So Fairview has basically posted about them in the chat box. I could see Naresh from AP. He's done BTech in EC. Tripti from Pune completed masters in smart, connected and autonomous vehicles from UK. Good to know, right? And I could see Naresh from Hyderabad, Suraj from Maharashtra. Okay, good. All right. So let's continue. So if you see, let me just maybe unhide the webcam so that we can save some bandwidth. So if you see this screen, right? So what is Emertxe into? So as I mentioned, Emertxe is an edtech company. It's been 20 years since we started our journey. So our main focus is to impart knowledge in different domains, including embedded systems, IoT, and full stack web application development. In fact, full stack web application development, we run under a different umbrella called as Webstack Academy. So our main focus is employability and upskilling. So when I say employability, so as many of you are freshers who have completed or about to complete their engineering, we could see that there is a potential gap in terms of what the colleges offer and what the industry looks for. So at Emertxe, we focus on bridging the gap between the academia and industry. So we train the candidates in different technologies and eventually help them to get placed in the core companies. Similarly, for professionals who are currently working maybe in different technology areas, we do upskilling, wherein we train them in the core technology domains. For them, they may have some non-relevant experience, which will help them to gain the knowledge in a faster pace. When we help them in gaining the knowledge, and whoever requires placements also, we provide them placements and help them to find a job in a core domain. That's what we do at a high level. Okay. All right, so I'm not sure, Tanvir, you are telling double voice is coming. I don't think so, because nobody else is complaining. Maybe you can check your audio settings. So let me move to the next screen. Yeah. So let me jump into our leadership team. So this company is driven by team members, including Mas, who works as a managing director. He's the co-founder. of Emertxe. And Jayakumar, unfortunately, he is not there. He was supposed to be joining me. Is also a director of this company. So Maz and Jayakumar primarily look into the finance, administration, sales and marketing, as well as placement division in our company. So I'm Mubeen and I work as a technology head at Emertxe. So my responsibility primarily includes managing the technical team and also making sure that training is delivered with quality. Also coordinate with the placement department so that our students who are trained in different technologies are able to get hired in the core domains. So more about me, I graduated in the year of 2003, the same year which Emertxe was started. And it's been 20 years since I completed my graduation. Initially, I joined Emertxe as a software engineer, wherein I worked for almost 1.5 to 2 years. And I got opportunity to work on different technologies, including device drivers and embedded systems. After working for some time in Emertxe, I was part of two other companies, including Novel and HP, wherein I started contributing to open source technologies and Linux. And at HP, I was also a lead engineer for print, scan, fax device drivers. So I worked closer to 4 years in HP. Then I quit HP and joined back to Emertxe as a full-time entrepreneur. It's been 14 years since I joined back to Emertxe and I had the technology division. Here, I used to deliver trainings, but after some time, I have to take up higher responsibility. And right now, I'm managing a set of technical mentors who deliver training in different technology areas. So I'll be interacting with different basically batches whenever, let's say, you got an opportunity to enroll. I'll be addressing their concerns and also helping them basically climb up the ladder. So that's about me. So in terms of our placement partners, if you look at this screen, we are just sharing some of the companies who are visiting our campus for placements. So if you see, we have product companies like Qualcomm, Microchip, right? Companies like Chelsea, who is into networking, Sooner, NXP, Ampere, right? So few hundreds of companies, product companies hire from us. And these are some of the companies to name a few, right? Including consumer electronics companies like LG or chip companies like Infineon, or companies like Ather, who is into electric vehicles. Nowadays, we can see a lot of companies are into electric vehicle space, automotive space like Continental, Bosch, etc. To name a few, right? And there are many more companies. So I'll just share some of the companies which are hiring from us to get started with. Okay, so companies like Avent Systems, American Megatrends, right? We have companies like big companies like Analog Devices, EFI, EmbedUR, AWELS, HCL, etc. hiring from us, right? And companies like Intel, Intime Kone, Cranes, right? KPIT, FEC, Sharp, Path Partner, Mubeen, right? And more we have. So we're just showing these companies because eventually, right, when you complete the course, what students aspire for is which company I can get selected, right? Right. So even there are many companies who are mid-sized companies, who are startups. There are many funded startups also who hire from us, right? Wherein people can get more opportunities to learn from the initial stage itself. There are companies like NeoMinds, LDRA, right, and so on. And there are more. So these are some of the companies which I wanted to display so that you get an idea of how like hiring happens at Emertxe. So what do you think? How is the current job market going on? Is it good? Or do you see a slowdown in the hiring? You hear news like people getting laid off, etc. What do you think currently is the trend in the industry with respect to the job market? What are your observations? Anyone? Is recession going on or everything is good? Right, I could see, okay, a few messages. Bhumika says slowdown and layoffs, right? Okay, Manoj says layoff, very bad. Gaurang is saying slow hiring, layoff. Okay. Anybody in the campus who is placed yet to get an offer letter in this webinar? I could also see that there are many students who have joined the course. They're having an offer in hand, but after 6 months also they're not getting a joining date and so on, right? Less job in the IT industry, recession is going on, right? Okay. All right. So yeah, to some extent this is true, right? You could see that yes, there is a slowdown due to several external reasons, which has impacted some of the industries, right? We could see that. So let me share some insights regarding that, right? So if you look at semiconductor and device sector industry in India, right? So we could see that the trend is not looking so bad, right? You can see a CAGR of 9.87% compared to, right, in the forecast, if you see, it's showing as 20%. Okay, so this value is in thousands. So what we see is that yes, some of the industries are affected, but semiconductor and device sector industries, there is a lot of investment happening, and we can also foresee some growth in the future, right? We could see that as well, right? So if you look at the sector wise job market, right, when you're talking about embedded systems versus VLSI design engineer versus AI ML software engineer, right, you can see that current year, right, 2020 to 23, if you see the medium high impact job roles, 65% of the hiring, right, if we see, happens in the embedded sector compared to the VLSI sector, which is 35%. And in the coming years, maybe 2025, 26, we can see that more growth will happen in the embedded domain. So this information has been picked up from a trusted report, which is from ESSCI, the government of India, basically. It's a Skill India basically based organization. So this information is picked up from that. So what it means is that yes, there is a slowdown, but opportunities in the future are going to be high in the field of embedded systems, right? So if you see in general with respect to core jobs, every device is getting enabled with electronics and sensors, right? Wherever you go, you can see that, right? Anything and everything is getting connected, and sensors and devices are getting miniaturized, right? Right from home appliances to wearable devices to healthcare systems to smart cities, etc. Anything and everything is getting enabled with electronics and sensors. So what does it mean? We can see that more and more devices needs to be created, and if you want to create more devices and systems, in fact, more jobs will get generated in the electronics and embedded sector. Second point is that India is becoming a semiconductor hub with more manufacturing moving in, right? So we can see that in the recent past, there is some manufacturing with respect to even phones like iPhones, etc., right? And there are a few other companies who have basically shown interest in setting up fabrication units in India. I think in future we'll have some fab set up somewhere in Gujarat. Maybe initially it was planned in Karnataka. So what it implies is that yes, we are going to basically invest a lot in the semiconductor hub, and along with that, more jobs will get generated in the future. At least we can consider that, right? Now, recent study conducted by ESSCI, Electronics Sector Skill Council of India, also shows some insights in terms of job markets in the future. So if you see in the past, during 2021 and 22, around 1.39 lakh jobs were generated in the electronic sector. And in future, it's predicted that in 2025-26, maybe around 3 lakh jobs will be generated. So this is a positive thing, and we should always basically rely on these inputs from trusted sources. So in this electronic sector also, 55% of the jobs are going to come in the design side, right? The remaining 45% may not be in the design side. So tremendous opportunity for engineers to grow in the core sector. So a few verticals to watch for: EV, right? As we know, more and more companies have started investing in the EV sector, right? In fact, Ola, right, is one of the world's largest manufacturers of electric scooters. And the second vertical or domain to look for is Internet of Things. Everything and anything is getting connected to internet, right? We can also see that. And third thing is artificial intelligence, right? So artificial intelligence is an augmented basically vertical here. So along with embedded systems, you may have to basically get some knowledge about artificial intelligence so that you can develop intelligent systems as well. So this is what the scope of core jobs look like, right? So future looks positive, even though currently there is a slowdown. We should always look forward, right? So sources, information source is displayed in the bottom. So what does it mean for you, right? So what it means is the opportunity to build career beyond recession worries. The core, right? Hardware-based companies have their foundation strong. Companies invest for long term. So if you see this week, right? I think last week in Bangalore, Boeing set up a huge plant, right? Or a office setup worth 1,600 crores in Bangalore. So companies like Boeing is investing. That means that you should be able to see more jobs getting generated as well, right? So pure software based companies have wider swing, so they go up and down very fast. That's how. So we could see even bigger companies like Google, right, Amazon, right, all these companies are laying off people due to several due to impact in the software industry. Whereas from our placement side, we are not seeing much of an issue in terms of companies coming. Yes, there is some slowdown, but we are able to maintain some consistency in terms of number of companies visiting for hiring. So overall, Emertxe placement momentum is in place, right? So we are optimistic but cautious in terms of basically how the placements is going to look in the future. Any questions here? I'll just take a pause, and if any questions you can post. All right, so let me move on. I think if you have questions you can post, I'll answer them. So this is how the placements looks like year on year at Emertxe. If you look at the number of companies visiting for placements in the last 3 years, including 2024, just started Jan. So the blue one is 2022, the red is 2023 numbers, and green just what we started, right, is 2024 graph. So every year, every month, we could see that we're able to reach 100 companies in terms of placement applications. So we're able to get at least 100 companies visiting for placements in Emertxe, which is a decent number. And in Jan is not yet completed. We already have around 44 companies visiting us for placements. So we could see that, yes, even though there is a slowdown, Emertxe is able to maintain a good number of applications in terms of placement companies visiting from us. So which is good. You don't have to worry much about whether there is recession or not. Yes, there is a slowdown, but it's not a major slowdown. That's what we could see. Okay. Okay, so some questions are there. I'll answer them. Before that, okay, you can keep asking questions. I'll answer them after a few more slides. So feel free to ask more questions. So let me share some of the recent success stories in terms of placements. Okay, just a second. Hold on. So I'll share some of the information about students who got recently placed. Okay, so that you get an idea how the placements happen. I'm opening up another document. Please wait for a minute. Okay. So hope my screen is visible. So I'm just showing some of the information with respect to students who got recently placed. Just a moment. So I'm sharing some of the details about students who got recently placed. So all these are freshers who got placed in core companies. So what you see on screen is Turasi Anup. She got placed in LG Soft in the month of December 2023 with a package of 4.8 lakhs. So she did her engineering from Government College of Engineering, Kannur, and attended the online embedded systems course. So if we see a fresher who completed engineering and did the course in online is able to grab a job in a good company like LG. So let me share some more success stories, right? So next we have Madhu Kalyan Raula. He completed his engineering from RK College of Engineering, Andhra Pradesh, and attended the embedded systems course. And he got a job in data patterns with a good package of 4.2 lakhs. Similarly, we have few more students, right? So recently we placed a student by the name Devadattan in Vellore Institute of Technology, VIT Vellore. He did his course engineering, and after that he joined the embedded systems course in the offline mode, and he completed his course and eventually landed in a good company like Chelsea with a package of 10 lakhs per annum, right? So we can see that there are students who got placed in companies which pay like 4.5, 4.8 lakhs. There are also students who get a job in premium companies like Chelsea with a offer of 10 lakhs per annum as well, right? So similarly, We have Amruta. She completed her engineering from East West Institute of Technology, Bangalore. She did the course in embedded systems and landed up a job in sign-off semiconductors with a package of 4.5 lakhs per annum. So all these candidates are freshers. Okay, I could see that many of you in the audience are freshers as well, right? And we have Akash Chautiwar, who completed his engineering from Maharashtra Institute of Technology, Aurangabad. He did the embedded system course and landed in a job in HL Mando, right? And some of these companies have offices in Bangalore as well as in other locations like Pune, Gurgaon, etc. So I'm just sharing some of the details of students who got job in the recent past, right? Similarly, we have Bhavan Chandar, who is from Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysore. He did his course in online embedded systems and got a job in a premium company like ABB with a package of 7 lakhs. Again, he is a fresher. Then we have Naveenas, who did his engineering from Government College of Technology, Coimbatore, attended embedded system course and landed with a package of 5.5 lakhs in Carnex. Okay, these are some of the recent success stories we wanted to basically show you in terms of fresh engineers who got placed by taking up the embedded system course, both in online mode as well as offline mode. Okay, so I showed some of the information. Similarly, we have people who have completed engineering, maybe not not in the recent past, right? Maybe older batches. So we train the older batch students also and working professionals also and help them get selected, right? So you can see here Lipika Shri, she completed her engineering 2021, right? So it's like 2 years of gap after engineering is there. After that, she landed in a company like LG with a package of 7.5 lakhs per annum, right? These are older batch students. So we see that many of you are from older batches, right? Similarly, we have Suraj Kumar, who completed his engineering in 2017. Then he attended the embedded system course and landed in a company called LDRI with a package of 4 lakhs per annum, right? Then we have Anantu Prasad, who completed the course in 2021, older year pass out from Government College of Engineering, Trivandrum, Kerala. And he got a job in HL Mando with a package of 5 lakhs, right? Then Prabhanjan we have, who he passed in the year of 2021. He also landed in a job in LG with a package of 7.5 lakhs per annum. Right? And then we have more, right? Students, for example, Lokesh, right? He also landed a job in data patterns. Okay, so we have more candidates. So we have somebody named Jyoti. She resumed her career after 6 years of break and landed a job in Aram Power Electronics. Okay, so such can, if you see, right, there we have varied set of audience. Some are freshers, some are having a gap of 2 years. We also have people who are having even a gap of like 6 years also, whom we are able to place. Okay, so then we have a candidate named Kalluri Tirupati Reddy. He completed his engineering from AP, Kallam Arananda Reddy Institute, and he landed. He is from 2016 batch, right? So 2016 batch, you can imagine, right, the gap. After that, he ended in a job in Carnex with a 5.5 lakhs package. So these are some of the students who got placed, who were from earlier year of pass out and landed a job in the core domain. All right. So we show the success stories because many students ask, right, how's the placements, and they can also relate to their year of pass out as well, and maybe try to understand how placements happens in Emertxe. Okay, So I'll take up some questions. I could see some questions coming up in the chat. All right, I'll read them and try to answer those questions. Okay. All right, let me scroll up. Oh, Tanveer Ahmad is asking, my branch is mechanical engineering, so how could I get placed by this webinar, right? So Tanveer, this is a course demo webinar. So what we do is that we share a brief about the course which we deliver, embedded system course we deliver at Emertxe. I'll share the details about the course. So after completing the course, or during the course, we allow students to apply for placements, and by attending the course, you should be able to gain the knowledge required to crack the interviews. So that's what we do primarily. So we are a 20-year-old organization. We've been doing this training since last many years. We have successfully placed candidates from different branches, including mechanical also. So Coil is asking, embedded system is hardware or software? So Coil, our course is primarily an embedded software course. Here you will be learning how to write the software for a given hardware. Contrary, when you talk about hardware, it's like more of hardware design. We don't do hardware design or development. We teach students to develop the software for an embedded system. All right, Koil. All right. So Nitarsan is asking, my name is Nitarsan. I heard the course will take so long, not in 6 months. The course will not get completed. Start to. Just a moment. I'm just having water. So yeah, typically we schedule the batch for 6 months, but many a time it so happens that students are not able to complete the course related assignments and projects, so it may get dragged a bit. So Abhaydeep Singh is asking, web development growth versus embedded software development on the basis of salary and opportunities. Like we all know, application development is highly paid initially, right? So in embedded system domain also, you can aspire for high paying companies as well, right? So if you see, there are bigger companies, right, who pay well. So I showed you an example, right? Fresher is getting a salary of 10 lakhs from the start itself, right? There are companies like Qualcomm, Intel, Broadcom, NXP, etc., mostly product based companies. You can always join such type of product companies wherein they have high paying salaries. So important thing is that as and when time passes, you should be able to upskill yourself, right? So when do anybody basically pay more, right? The more knowledge you gain, more responsibilities you take, automatically you should land up in basically higher paying jobs. Yes, there are opportunities available in embedded domain also. So Saeed is asking a question. Hello sir, how this course is completely free or paid? What kind of jobs or interns are provided by Emertxe? So this course demo webinar is about our paid course, wherein students are interested to take up the course and apply for placements. Okay, so this is a paid course wherein we will provide placements as well as training. Okay, I think Jigar Patel answered a question. We're providing job support after training or not? Yes, we do provide job opportunities, and both hardware and software also answered that question. Am I joining in your institute or not? Is completed my graduation, right? So if you see, typically we recommend students who are like completed the graduation to join the course, or who are about to complete the graduation to join the course. That's what is recommended, Sayed. Simon Final BE Mechanical Engineering had seen there are a lot of companies core-based mechanical. So how to get placed by your company's procedure? See, I'm in final year BE Mechanical Engineering. Had seen there are a lot of companies core-based mechanical. So how to get placement? So this is not about mechanical domain. This is mostly about embedded system domain. If you're interested, for example, embedded systems, you can take up the course and apply for placements. So Snehal is asking, have low percentage of 12 in 12th, how long gap in B, then is it possible to get good placements? Yeah, I think I showed some information. Low percentage in 12th is not an issue as well. Yeah, so 2022 pass out will some of the companies. So just one is asking, I'm 2022 ECE pass out. Until now, I prepare for government jobs. Okay, but I want to start my career in embedded. Will I be considered as a fresher? So 2022 without an experience generally is considered to be a fresher only. Yeah, then Maria is asking, is the paid course? Yes, it's a paid course. I think I answered this, right? Will placements occur every month? Yeah, Varun. Yes, placements happen every year, every month, right? Show the graph in the initial screens. I have an experience of 4 years, but I passed my graduation in September 2023. Mubarak, I'm not sure how you got 4 years. Okay, in hardware engineering support. So hardware engineering support may not be a relevant job. Okay, it may not be a relevant job. So companies may not consider your experience as a relevant experience. All right. Mubarak. Abhaydik Singh is asking, as I can see freshers salary around 5 to 7 lakhs per annum, which is very less than application software developer. So can it fill the gap after 5 years? I think I answered your question, right? There are companies who even pay salary as high as 8 lakhs or 10 lakhs for a fresher, right? And there are many product companies who pay more also. So Prajwal is asking, I do whole embedded course in online mode. How do I attend hardware practical and placements? So I'll share you a demo. So with respect to practicals in online, I will share you a demo of how the hardware is done in the online mode. So Kumar is asking a question. Does this course is common for both freshers and upskill? Yeah, so we have like multiple batches running. Primarily for people who are working, we have a batch running in the evening. So if you are already working and don't have time to join in the regular timings, you can take up the evening batch. This is primarily designed for working professionals. All right. So Naresh is asking questions. Sir, I have knowledge in electronics topics, but when I'm coming to coding, I have zero idea. If I join in that course, what is the prerequisite skill? What is the difference between C rank and embedded C? What is minimum eligibility percentage companies asking for? So Naresh, so most of the candidates who join the course are similar to you. They don't have much knowledge about coding. So that's why we teach coding from scratch, right? So we teach C programming from the beginning itself. Basics to advanced level we cover. So you don't have to worry about that. So in terms of difference between C and embedded C, to be honest, there is not much difference between C and embedded C. Yes, in embedded C, there are certain things which are inclined towards hardware interfacing, like pointers, interrupts, etc., which we focus more on compared to regular C. So you don't have to worry much about difference between C and embedded C. We teach both in the course. So what is the minimum eligibility percentage criteria companies are asking for? There are many companies who don't ask for percentage criteria. They just look for skill. But then the percentage, there are some companies who are very particular about percentage, right? So company to company, the eligibility criteria will vary. Okay. So some are asking about the course fee. So course fee is different for online and offline. So I would suggest you get in touch with us through email or phone so that they will share you more details about the course fee, because there are some discounts running and there are some installments, etc. going on. Okay. All right, so let me move on. There are a lot of questions. I may not be able to answer everything. In case I missed out some of the questions, we can reach out to us later as well, because I need to complete some of the slides as well. All right. So, okay. So here, let me share the. Sorry, I think. So what is the goal? What is that we are trying to achieve, right, at the end of the course? The goal is to transform engineers with skill gap into ready to deploy resources with organizations working in the domain of embedded systems. So what do companies look for, right? Companies, if you see, they want engineers who have certain set of skills. So what are those skills? Those skills will be specific to a technology domain, right? They also look for skills which are relevant to their industry. They also look for people who can solve problems. These are the main things what companies look for, apart from soft skill also, right? Some of the companies, they want people who are good in communication as well, right? So what we do, right? If you look at our course options, we have 3 course options. One is you can opt for the offline course, wherein the training happens in our training center in Bangalore, which will be physical classroom and lab sessions, mostly suitable for freshers. And those, let's say, who are willing to come to Bangalore can take up this offline course. Let's say you're not from Bangalore and you don't want to travel and you want to take the course at the comfort of your home, or let's say you're working and you don't have the time to basically come to offline courses, we would definitely recommend the online courses. So online classes are also live classes wherein sessions happen using virtual meetings. So classes and lab sessions will be conducted by mentors in the online mode, which again happens in the live on a live basis. So only difference is that in the offline mode, you're coming to the training center and taking up the course. In the online course, you are attending the same classes from the comfort of your home or office, right? So you can learn from anywhere. So in online, there are 2 options. One is the online regular course, which happens during like 9:30 to 4, that kind of a timeline. Whereas in the online evening, people who are working can, or people who don't have time to attend the classes in the morning sessions or afternoon sessions, they can take up the online evening classes, primarily designed for working professionals. Freshers who are studying in the final year also can opt for this course, assuming that we have classes in the regular timings. So 3 options are available based upon your comfort. You can join for any of these options, right? So in terms of comparing between online and offline, right? So in the offline mode, we have like 8 modules. In the online mode, there are 7 modules. One additional module is basically given as a recorded session in the online mode. Okay. Otherwise, most of the things remains the same in terms of daily routine. You'll have 2 hours of class in the online as well as offline mode. Lab also will be for approximately 2 hours in the offline mode, whereas in the online mode, we have less lab hours, maybe around 1.5 hours of lab time will be there, mostly 5 days a week. Okay. The timings will differ. in terms of class timings, offline, the class timings, we have multiple batches running. It could be anything in the time frame of 7:30 to so this has to be, there is a mistake over here. I'll just edit this. Class timings can vary. All right. Second. Sorry about that. Yeah. So the class timings are offline, can be between 7:30 to 6:30 p.m. but we have multiple batches running. Whereas in the online mode, if it's regular batch, it will be like 9:30 to 2. Between that, the classes will start. Whereas if you look at evening batch, the class timings will start from 7 to 9 p.m. Lab will be at 6 p.m. So weekly, usually we'll have 6 days a week classes, Monday to Saturday. But usually Saturday will be reserved for taking test. And some of the Saturdays will be off as well. So this is the high level schedule. And in offline space, you will not get recorded sessions because class is happening physically. Whereas in online space, the advantage is there. All the classes will be recorded. And later on, for example, if you want to revise the topics, etc., or let's say once in a while you miss the classes, you can always watch the videos and complete the class related assignments. Hardware will be provided in the offline space. You can work on the boards, whereas in case of online classes, the same basically module you can attend in the online by working on the boards using something called as a simulator. So more details about the simulator I'll be sharing later. So in terms of placements, there is no difference. You get 2 years unlimited placement support, right, for both online as well as offline. So this is a brief about the difference between offline and online. So major difference is in terms of recordings. If you see online, you get recordings. Offline, you will not get recordings. And more or less, everything else remains the same for online or offline. Right? So in online, you have like live virtual classes wherein mentors will explain the topics, followed by you have lab sessions wherein the lab mentors will explain the assignments and give you hints as to how the assignment should be solved. Plus, they'll explain the projects we have to work on. So in the class and lab sessions, you can ask doubts, you can clarify your queries, and get things done. So it's major difference between like your college subjects, the way it is taught is that whatever we teach here is being taught in a practical way. So it's not just about understanding the concepts. Whatever concepts you learn should be able to practically apply it by doing assignments and projects. So by doing more and more projects, you'll be able to enhance and update your resume so that you can showcase it to the clients who hire from us. So more projects you do, the better your chances of getting shortlisted for companies. All right. So apart from regular classes and labs, we also conduct interview prep sessions like resume prep workshops. Okay, company specific interview prep sessions, tips and tricks, etc. will also be part of the training. And nowadays we are also conducting like soft skills based evaluation also, wherein we conduct like interview for communication skills. We conduct GD round also, group discussion round, so that you can become confident in attending interviews. All right. So about what we teach, okay, in embedded systems course, we have these modules or subjects In level 1, we teach you Linux systems, C programming and C++. Level 2, we teach data structures, Linux internals and TCP/IP networking, microcontrollers and interfacing. Okay? And eventually in the end, we teach embedded Linux on ARM. Okay. So 7 subjects plus there will be additional training given for resume workshops as well as interview prep sessions for helping you to basically get prepared for real interviews. So this is high level what skills we are going to gain, and these are the topics which companies also ask in interviews at a very high level. So you have any questions regarding whatever topics I covered so far? All right, I could see more questions. Gaurang is asking, I'm from telecom domain and planning to shift in embedded. So can I target top companies like NXP, LG? Yes, you can. Only thing is you have to perform better so that companies can shortlist you. So Naresh, I think I answered timings, right? For different batches I have shared already. Then Varun is asking, will online course be effective as offline course? Will online lab be effective, etc.? So it's going to be similar, I would say, Varun. So Tripti is asking, I'm considering to pursue the embedded IoT course offered by company. Will it be advantageous for me to take ECAP as compared to ECEP course as a fresher trying to pursue a career in the autonomous vehicle domain itself? Your suggestion would be really be beneficial for me to plan which course I need to enroll to. Right? So Tripti, it's up to you, Tripti. So both the courses has its own basically advantages, right? So major difference is that in embedded we focus on getting into more of depth with respect to microcontrollers, right? So whereas in ECIP IoT we focus on building the broader applications with respect to Internet of Things, right? So in ECIP, yes, we teach you embedded systems concepts using Arduino microcontroller, but we focus more on building the entire solution, especially the connectivity part, cloud interfacing part, data exchange part, etc. Whereas in ECEP course, we focus more on like more details about the embedded system. For example, you learn how to read the data sheet, how to interface with the registers, right? How to write interrupt handlers, etc. All right. Okay. So as I mentioned, apart from the technical training, we also impart Disha system workshops, wherein we have interview prep workshops, resume prep workshops, all right, behavioral skills, coaching, career building guidelines, etc. Which will help you to make certain decisions and enhance your soft skills as well. All right. So let me quickly jump to a course demo of two of the modules which we deliver here. So often students ask this question, okay, how is the online training taken, right? Can you share a small demo of it? Yes, we'll share a small demo of the online course, how it happens. Again, this is not a detailed demo. We just cut some portion of the actual class which is being taken. So you can get some insights on how it is going to look like. So one video is with respect to C programming module. Another video is with respect to the microcontroller module, wherein we are going to use a simulator to deliver the course. So you can watch this video.
These are the total memory allocated. Now, after an array has been declared, maybe I want to give the values into the array, because just the array's declaration will have garbage value. Assume I take int array of size 5. Okay, there has to be 20 bytes of memory allocated. Assume this is the 20 bytes of memory allocated for the array. So I'm storing 5 integers. So each integer takes how many bytes? Each integer takes how many bytes? Correct. So each integer takes 4 bytes. So if the starting address of the array is 1000, where will be the next element present? If the starting address of the array is 1000, where will be the next element present? Assume this is 1000. Where will be the next element present? Yes. Each of the element uses 4 bytes. So it is 1004, then 1008, 1012, 1016. To access the array's element, you have to go with something called as the index number. An index number varies between 0 to size minus 1. So very first element will be in index 0, second element will be in index 1, third element will be in index 2, fourth element will be in index 3, and fifth element will be in index 4. Okay. If you just declare the array like this, the array's element will have garbage value by default. So in order to not have a garbage value present inside the memory block, maybe I want certain values to made sit inside it. In such cases, I have to do the array's initialization. To initialize the array, here inside the curly braces, I have to give 5 elements: 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. In that case, that value will be written here. That will be 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, this is how I declare the array. This is how I do the initialization, and this is how the memory for the array will be allocated. Accessing happens with respect to the index number varying between 0 to size minus 1. See here, data type, name, size, where size represents the number of elements. So the total memory occupied by the array is number of elements multiplied by size of an element. That is in turn size into size of the data type. If this is the array I'm going to take of 5 size with the values 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, this will be the array. So the very starting address of the array always is called as the base address of the array. This address 1000 will always be called as the base address of the array, or you can also call it as starting address or address of the very first element of the array. All of them means the same, but we usually refer it as base address. Okay, you can call it as base address, or you can call it as the starting address, or you also can call it as the address of first element. Okay, the starting address is called as the base address or starting address or address of the first element of the array. So then it is plus 4, plus 8, plus 12, plus 16. Index has to vary between 0 to size minus 1. So it has to be starting from 0. An array is a collection of similar data type. Elements occupy consecutive memory locations. First element will be in the lowest address and last element will be in the highest address. Elements are indexed from 0 to size minus 1. So if the size of the array is 5, index will vary from 0 to 4. Accessing out of the range array elements would be an illegal access. So whenever you have to access the elements of the array, you have to go with the name of the array, then the index number. Okay. So array of 0, array of 1, like this, you have to go with the index number. So if the index number varies between 0 to 4, I can access only between array of 0 to array of 4. Out of the boundary, that is accessing array of minus 1 or accessing array of 5 is not allowed. It is an illegal access where you might get to see a error. So accessing out of the range array elements would be illegal access. You should not access the elements in array of minus 1 and array of size. And once the memory for the array is allocated, it can never be altered in the runtime. That is, while executing the program, the array size can never be modified. So if you declare an array like this, it will be 20 bytes of memory allocated for sure. So this size can never be altered throughout the program. Again, here in double denum of size 6, there will be 48 continuous bytes already allocated. You never get a chance to increase or decrease the size once it has been allocated. So this is the concept of array. Clear this much? Okay. So have this one noted. The next we will see is how to print the elements of the array. Okay. So there are different ways of printing the array's element, which we will be seeing shortly. Before that, have this one noted. So the next we have got is to print the array's element. So when you are supposed to print the array's element, we usually go with the name of the array and the index number. But that has to be done on a repetitive manner. So what is it necessary to be used? What is it necessary to be used if I have to print? Yes, loop is definitely necessary. So I can print the array's element in any of a loop considered. Observe. Okay. So first I try printing it in a for loop. Int array of size 5. I also do the initialization with 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. I need another integer variable I for the sake of index. So I will first say it as printf arrays elements are. Okay. So I run a for loop for I is equal to 0, I less than 5 and I plus plus, because 5 is the size of the array. Inside this, I go with the printf. Sorry. Yeah, so printf %d \n comma array's name with index. Okay, so first array of 0 will be printed when I will have a 0 taken, then array of 1, then array of 2, array of 3, array of 4. When I becomes 5, 5 lesser than 5 will be condition false. You come out of the for loop. Observe the output here. So I am compiling and executing. These are the array's element which I am printing using a for loop. Let me change this. I try printing using a while loop. So if it has to be with respect to the while loop, go with an initialization done for the variable I. Then you can have it taken something like this. While I is lesser than 5. So then you can print using the same statement. Okay. So this is how you print. Is this sufficient? Is this sufficient? Correct. So I++ is necessary to be done because I will constantly be 0 all the time. So 0 lesser than 5 will be true, array of 0 will be printed. Then it has to be array of 1, array of 2, array of 3. So I++ is required. This is how you print the arrays element using a while loop.
All right, so that was a demo of the C programming module wherein a topic like 1D array was explained in brief. So I'll share another video wherein I'll quickly show a demo of how the microcontroller module is taken in the online mode using a simulator. So many of you have this question, how does it work in the online space? Okay, let me share a quick demo of it. You can watch this video as well.
This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. In today's class, let's see how we can write an embedded program to toggle the LEDs connected to the board bit. So now to write the embedded program, we are going to use the tool MPLAB XID. So you can see here. So this is the MPLAB XID. If you open this, you will see this as a starting page. So some projects are mentioned here, datasheet is available here. Even if you worked on some recent project, that list is available. See, and even you will get the microchip login. So if you have a login ID password, you do the login, and you can do the purchase on a microchip website, right? Okay, so now let me go back to the question. So question was, we wanted to toggle the LEDs connected to the port D. So now here in this MPLAB ID, you can see these are the different tools available. So we can use these tools as per the requirement. For example, this is to create a new file. It's to create a new project. It is to open the project. This option is to do the build. You can see different many options are there. So as per the need, what we will do, we will take an approach. Whatever we need it, we will start using those things. Now here in this MPLAB XID, I already created a project and kept it ready. So project name is what? LEDs. So in this project, I created. So when this project is created, this MPLAB XID create some organized sections. You can see here. So now to write this program, to write the embedded code, we need a main.c. So generally .c files goes here in this source file sections. Header files goes here, make file will go here, linker script will go to this section. If you need any libraries, if you are planning to add any libraries, then those goes into this section. And finally, this is the place for your executable file. So let me go to the main.c. So you can double click and open the main.c in the editor window. So now you can see I'm defining two macros. So instead of using port D directly, so what I did, since if you see the hardware on the hardware, so you are having total 16 LEDs. So this is the PiximLab simulator board. So it's having total 16 LEDs. So currently we are going to toggle LEDs connected to the port D. These are the these are the 8 LEDs out of 16. So these 8 LED array we are going to toggle. Toggling means on off we are going to do. So now since I'm having 8 LEDs, I'm defining the micro LED array as a port D, and to give the direction to the port pins, there is a register TRISD. I'm defining that with name LED array data direction register. Now you can see here comes my main. So here I'm calling init config function. So this function is to do the initialization. So what we are doing, so in main itself, we are not doing initialization. It doesn't look good. So there is a separate dedicated function to do the initialization. It is init config. So control will go here and here in this init config. So initially what we are doing, if we are using LED, we need to set the pin direction as output. So I'm writing my LED array data direction register as a 0. It will set port D pin as the output, and to start with initially I will keep all LEDs connected to the port D as a off. So to turn off the LED, I need to load 0. So I'm writing here 0. So LEDs remain off, fine. And here comes our while one. So if you see any embedded system, once you turn on the embedded system, it runs forever, right? It goes into infinite loop. So here comes my infinite loop while one. So inside this while one, we are going to write our application. So what is our application? We wanted to toggle the LED. So here is my instruction to toggle the LED. So I'm writing LED array equal to tilt of LED array. So what it will do? It will toggle the values of this LED array. If it is 0, it will make it 1. If it is 1, it will make it 0. So now you can see. So this is what 0x00. So after execution of this instruction, this LED array value becomes 0xFF. So entire port becomes 0xFF. All port bits become 1. So all LED turn on. LEDs are going to be turned on. And here what I'm doing. So before going to this instruction once again, I'm putting the delay. So if this delay is not there, what happens? We will not be able to see the LED toggling. So it will happen at very fast rate. Due to the persistence of vision, we will not be able to capture it. So I added the delay. Then after this delay, what happened? Next time, since we are in the while one, control will go back here. So again, we are changing the LED array value from what? FF to 0. So now what happened? LED become off, then again delay. So like this way, we are making LEDs on, LEDs off. Fine. Now. So we have to build the code. We have to compile the code. How we can do? So here in this mplab xid, I install x8 compiler. So that's why this header file is also included related to the compiler. So now how you can do the build? So you can see here is one option to do the build. So let me click on that. It will start doing build. My project is getting a build. Now you can see build is going on. So it will take some time. Please wait. Now see, build is successful. That means your hex file is created, and even it will give you the memory summary of your project. So now my hex file is created and it is loaded also. Now what we can do? So we can load that hex file where in this board. So we can run that hex file here in this microcontroller. So this is the heart of this board. So basically here we are using PIC16F877A microcontroller. So we are going to load the hex file here. How? So you can go to the file, you can select the load hex, and you have to navigate wherever your project is stored. So let me navigate. So now, just for the sake of simplicity, I kept the project on the desktop. So let me select that. Now again, you have to go to the distribute directory. So basically, you have to use this path. After build successful, it is prompting the path where X file is available. I'm just referring that. Then you have to go to the default production. Here is the X file. Let me open. Okay, expected output is what? These LEDs should toggle, but it's not happening. Why? Because these DIP switch related settings are not done. So to turn on the LEDs connected to the port D, this DIP switch, second one, you have to pull this switch up. So let me do that. So it's down. You have to pull it up. So let me select. Now you can see the change here. So what this program is doing, it's running in this microcontroller and it is toggling the LEDs. And even we are able to see that toggling very clearly, right? Okay, so this is our program, our embedded code to toggle the LEDs connected to the port D. Fine.
All right, so that was second demo of the microcontroller module, which was delivered on the online mode. So if we see here, in terms of how the program is written, we are using an ID called as MPLab X ID, again, which is from Microchip. Microchip manufactures an PIC microcontroller, and we are writing the code in C, compiling the code and running the code in a simulator called as PIC SimLab, right? So how you write the program on a hardware versus how you write a program for a simulator, there is no difference at all. The same code will work on real hardware also, and the same code will work on a simulator also. In fact, on simulator, you have flexibility of connecting more peripherals and adding more peripherals, etc. Whereas in hardware, limited peripherals are available. So that is one advantage as well. Only thing is you're not using a real hardware, you're using a simulator to run the program. So do you have any questions related to the demo sessions or the hardware, etc.? Let me share my screen. All right. So what I'll do now is, okay, I'll share a summary of how the learning what is the learning methodology and the process we follow at Emertxe in terms of training delivery. So as you can see on my screen, every module comprises of class and lab sessions. So every day you'll have class and lab except for Sunday, and on Saturdays if there is a test, there won't be class and lab. So in the class, mentor will explain the concepts and make you try some programs based on those concepts. After the class, you'll have lab sessions wherein you'll work on assignments. So these assignments are mostly programming oriented. So whatever concepts you learn, you have to implement it and make it work. At the end of the module, you'll be given projects. So projects, typically we say that for every core module like C, data structures, microcontrollers, and Linux internals, you should be able to do 1 or 2 projects. So if you're able to do 2 projects per module, you'll have like 8 projects at least in your resume. All right. These projects are not very big. They are like intermediate level projects wherein you will take around 3 days or sometimes 5 days to complete the project. And it will help you to basically learn how to build a project, right, which is of a not of a very large scale, but at least at an intermediate scale. So by adding more projects, you will gain confidence and you will also get more placement opportunities. Other than that, in terms of basically placement readiness, we will conduct some objective test as well as programming test on a regular basis. So you can take up those tests. You have to take up those tests so that you can evaluate yourself and get ready for placements. So in terms of support, right, apart from attending class and lab, right, let's say you have some doubt when you are working on your own, right, let's say working on assignments or project. So you can post your queries in the WhatsApp group, which are created for a specific batch. So every batch will create a WhatsApp group. You can ask your questions in the WhatsApp group so that you can answer your queries. Other than that, during the lab and class sessions, anytime you can ask doubts in the live sessions. In terms of placements, we have a dedicated placement team who will coordinate with the students as well as companies to facilitate the overall placements, end-to-end placements. So apart from the regular classes, we do conduct placement-related activities like mock interviews, right? So that students, right, they get an idea how to face the interviews. Some of the students find difficult to face the technical panel often. So by attending these mock interviews, you can test your interview skills as well, right? So company-specific questions are shared. We have a huge database of company-specific questions. Hundreds of companies have already visited in the past. We have a huge number of database of company-specific questions. So we do conduct company-specific prep test, okay, and module-specific prep test also. So these help you to basically get prepared for placements. Apart from that, for every company that visits for placements, we create a WhatsApp group wherein information related to the company shared, etc., in the WhatsApp group. So everything is done. by the help of the placement team, okay, who bring in the clients as well as facilitate the placements. Other than the technical team and placement team, we have a student success team who will monitor your performance and share the feedback related to your performance. In case you're finding any difficulties, any challenges, etc., you can reach out to them, right, as a moral support and get things done as well. All right. Right. So Varun is asking, with zero coding knowledge, is it able to study from scratch? Yes, Varun. Okay, that's possible. So that's about the technical delivery of the course and brief about placements and support. Let me share you the learning management portal, which you will get access to once you are enrolled for a course. So any students who joins Emertxe or embedded systems or IoT course or any other course, right, will get enrolled to the learning portal. You can log in and access the course related modules. So this particular student has completed most of the modules, and you can see like modules which is ongoing, etc., has been completed, right? So let me jump to the C module. Okay. So if you look at every module, you can see certain activities like assignments, attendance, right, feedback, quizzes, and programming lab, right, virtual programming lab is there. So if you look at resources, right, what all resources will be shared, you'll be given slides, okay, you will be given code templates, right, you can see code templates are given, and you'll also be given class recordings, right, for online batches. Only for online batches you'll be given class recordings. Every class is recorded, and click on a specific link, for example, and you can access the recorded videos so that you can revise the concepts. Okay, so all these materials has been recorded, including lab sessions are also recorded, which assignments, on which day it was explained, which assignment number, etc. You can navigate and you can review those contents, right? You can also review these sessions. So there are also tests taken. Every test there is a follow-up session also taken, right? So let's say you took a test, you don't know what is correct, why it's correct, why it's wrong, etc. So there is a follow-up session also conducted for the test. So this is about the LMS access which we'll give. So apart from basically resources like slides and recorded videos, we also conduct something called as quizzes, right? You can see, right, quiz and quiz scores are also there. So quizzes also can be reviewed. For example, let's say you've taken a test, right, you scored something, you want to review the answers, you can click on the review option, right, and you can see which are the correct answers, which are the wrong answers. Okay, example, I can go to the 9th question and see, okay, I answered something wrong, right, correct answer is something else, etc. So all these things you can do in the LMS, which provides a very good learning experience for you, right? So apart from that, programming questions also you can see, right? So you can, for example, write a program and you can check whether it is correct or not by using an automated evaluation system. So we have an automated evaluation system wherein all the programs are automatically evaluated, right? Program is there, whether it's correct or not, you can also see, right? You can see the student secured 100% grade and everything is passed. So this will help you to get ready for the placement companies in future. So that's in brief about the learning management system which we provide. Okay, so for now I'm just summarizing it, not sharing all the details. There is much more you can access from this website as well. All right. Any questions so far? I'm getting some questions. I'll read them out. So one or two questions here, right? After the course, is it need to work deep programming like software developer? Shail is asking. So basically, whatever assignments and project we give, if you're able to complete that, that is more than enough. Okay. Offline batch also get LMS. Mahesh is asking, yes, offline batch also will get LMS. Only difference is that offline batches will not get the recording compared to online batches. Tripti is asking some more questions. I have a few questions. Is it the login access to lab software simulators provided from your side? Yes, we'll be providing the software details. Okay. And whatever is required to get installed, everything is freely available. We'll share all the details to you. Asking whether it will work on Mac. Most of the software work on Mac. Okay. If it is not working, you may have to install some hardware OS emulator and get it working. But if you have Windows, yes, everything will work out of the box. Mac, only the Pixim Lab simulator, right? You have to maybe install a Wine emulator and run on top of it. Okay. I think Tripti have more questions. What I would suggest is after the webinar, no, I think you can, I'll share the details of the course counselor. You can get it clarified from them, right? So because the time is short here. Mahesh is asking what is the increment we have getting ready as an embedded engineer. Mahesh, it totally depends on the company, right? Some companies, they may give a hike of 20%, some may give 30%, right? It all depends upon the company and your performance. That is also matters, right? It is standard for any company, not just embedded company. It's a standard term, right? Based upon your performance, and the company's performance will vary. Okay, so let me move on to the next set of slides. Okay, so here we have some FAQs, which many of the things I've already answered, but still I'll try to revisit them if I've not answered. Okay, so these are some of the common questions which is asked. Is online course as effective as offline course? Yes, I would say there is not much of a difference between online and offline course. In fact, as I told you, you'll get the recorded sessions also in online course, which is an advantage. In terms of cost effectiveness, which is right, more effective, cost effective. Yes, in terms of cost effectiveness, online course is most cost effective. Fees is also less. Plus, right, you don't have to come to Bangalore, pay for PG, etc. Right, pay for food and so on. So there are pros and cons for both, depending upon your basically suitability. You can choose. So definitely online is an option to go for as well in terms of cost effectiveness. Is learning on simulators as effective as real hardware? Yes. Okay. So as I showed you a demo, you can see that you're using a simulator which looks like a real hardware. Only thing is that you're not physically touching any device, right? So you're not touching the device physically. But if required, you can basically buy a hardware also, which is not mandatory, but you can use a simulator and get things done. So I also inform this, how do I get clarified doubts? Doubts can be clarified during the class or lab sessions. Plus, we create a WhatsApp group and you can ask questions in the WhatsApp group as well. Okay. So I'm a working professional, which course will suit me? Yes, if you're working professional, you can join the evening batch, okay, which happens in the evening. I'm in 7th semester, let's say, can I take up this course? Yes, you can take up the course, right? If, for example, there are some colleges wherein classes don't happen in the 8th semester, so those students can take up the course as well during the regular timings. But if you are still have classes, then you can join the evening batch as well, right? So again, online, offline, I already answered this. Is there any difference between online offline placements? There is no difference as such in terms of placement opportunities. There is no difference. Okay, these are some of the FAQs. Having a year gap, which course will help me? Again, there is no difference in the course which you opt for, right? both the courses, online, offline courses, provide the same experience. These are the common asked questions which students were asking, so I just answered them as well. Right? So what, like people with career gap, right, and etc. So only thing I would say is that yes, companies may ask you this question, right? For example, why do you have a career gap? Did you do something, or do you have some non-relevant experience? You have to be honest, right? Some people try to cheat, right? They show some fake experience, etc., which is not good. So be open, tell them why you had a career gap, etc., or tell them why you worked on a different technology domain. You can be open with the interviewer. So, but you need to focus on your skills, right? Better the skills you are, right? Showcase more projects which you did in Emertxe, that will help you to basically get placed. All right. So let me jump to the placement section. Okay. So our placement process is designed to be transparent and systematic. So this is a summary of how the placement happens in Emertxe. All right. So what we do is that once a student is enrolled to the course, we create a placement group wherein all notification related to the placements are sent to the placement group. So you can enroll, subscribe to that group, and in that group we post like application. In that group we share the company related information, like which company is visiting, etc. will be posted in that group. So you can check the application and you can see the eligibility criteria. Eligibility criteria includes like year of pass out, marks, and modules completed, and so on. So if you're eligible for that company, location information, salary, bond, all that information is shared in the application. If you are eligible and interested, you can apply for that company. So once you apply for the company, our placement team will do an internal shortlisting. They'll do some sanity checks, post which we'll send the details to the company. Okay, so after we send the details to the company will shortlist the candidates based upon their performance and eligibility. They will schedule the test and interview. Right. So many of the companies' initial round will be written test, followed by interviews. So if you clear the test and interviews, they'll release the offer letter for you. So once you basically the offer letter is released and the joining date is given, you can onboard the company. So end-to-end placement process is taken care by the placement team, right? So starting from the floating the application till you are onboarded, or placement team will support you to help getting selected in a company. All right. So any questions here? So Gaurang is asking, can I watch recorded sessions or live sessions in the morning because I work a night shift? Yeah, again, as I told you, Gaurang, there are two options. One is you can join the regular batch, which happens mostly in the morning, or you can happen in the evening batch. In case either one you're not able to attend, you can watch the recorded sessions, no issues. Okay. Laptop is compulsory. Yeah, if we are attending the online classes, yes, it's compulsory to have the laptop. Otherwise, also if you have a laptop, right, you can bring the laptop to our office if you're joining the offline course, and you can use the laptop. Anish is asking, sir, please provide the recording link also for this session. Yes, we will provide the recording link. Okay, you can share it to your friends as well. Okay, we'll share it as well. All right, so as I mentioned, we do create Google groups and application, right? Let me share my screen. Okay, just give me a moment, I'll share you. So hope you can see this. So typically once you are enrolled for our course, we'll add you to a Google group, Emertxe Google groups, wherein any company that visits for placement, right, that information you can access, right? So in this month itself, we can see how many companies, right, have already visited, right, for placements. All right. So I'll just pick maybe one of the recent companies. Okay, let's say, let me click on, for example, Neominds. So this is how an application looks like. The placement team floats an application with the company information, right? And some details about the company, a brief about the company, which skills they're expecting, right? They're expecting you to complete the modules C, C++, data structures, and microcontrollers. Okay. For example, eligibility criteria, right? Some people are asking, right? What if I'm from an older year of pass out, right? It shows that no year of pass out criteria, no percentage criteria. What is the compensation? 3.5 lakhs per annum. This is the initial salary, right? Terms and conditions like bond, right? Is there any bond? What is the mode of interview, right? Direct interview and so on. So if you're eligible, you're interested, you can apply. You can click on this form, you can apply, right? So this is for one company. Similarly, you can also see, right, other companies, right, which are visiting for placements, right? So let me click on Econ Systems, for example, right? So you can see here Econ Systems. What are the skills required? Here you can see they are specific, right? So to 2022-23 pass out can apply 70% through academics. So some companies, they'll have criteria like this, right? Some companies don't have a criteria, but all the companies will have skill as a criteria, no doubt about it, right? So skills are important. And compensation, you can see there is a range 3.5 to 5 lakhs. So many a time this depends upon your performance in the interview, right? Again, the mode of interview, you can see initial round will be online written test. First round will be online technical interview. Later rounds will be, right, interview located in Chennai, for example. So this is just two companies I'm showing. Like this, there are hundreds of companies who are basically visiting us for placements. Okay, so once you apply, again the placement process will continue. All right. So what is the average salary package offered? I think Saurabh is asking this question. Average salary package is between 4 to 4.5 lakhs typically. Okay. Then some more questions. Marun is asking whether placement is online mode or offline mode. I would say it's kind of 40-60, I would say, as of now. Okay, maybe 40% of the companies happen in online mode. The trend is shifting towards offline mode more and more. I would say 40-60 on an average. I don't have the correct data this month, but you can say on an average. Then some more questions we have. Pune location companies are also there. Okay, let me just search out for you. Right, Pune. Yeah, so you can see these many companies, right? You can see are coming from Pune. You can see, right, Pune company. This is a Pune company. So we have companies who are coming from Pune also. Global Logic, you can see here. All right, this is from Pune, right? There are many companies who are coming from Pune. All right. Let me see. I think there are some more questions. Okay. So any other questions with respect to placements? If I'm not able to answer, I missed out because there are a lot of questions coming. You can always reach out to our student counselors later after the meeting. Right. Okay, so let me switch back to the slide. So by the way, our courses are certified from Skill India, Government of India, right? So after completing the course, you can give a certification test called as NSDC certification, National Skill Development Council. And once you basically clear the test or interview, you'll get a certificate directly from the Government of India, right? So that is an advantage, added advantage for you. So Emertxe is one of the first institute in India to provide a course which is certified with an NSDC. Again, this you can do it after completing the course. So in terms of course dates, okay, so you can always reach out to training@emertxe.com, and this is the phone number. It's also available in our website emertxe.com. So training@emertxe.com is the email ID, and the phone number is 8009 555 7332. Okay. Anyway, this information you can access from website as well, or you can take a picture, screenshot of this. So course date, the next batch, offline batch, starts on 30th Jan, and the online regular batch starts on 25th Jan. So first we are having the online regular batch, which starts on 25th, right, this week, and after that we have on 30th offline batch, followed by 1st February we have the online evening batch, which is mostly suitable for working professionals, or if you are a fresher also, maybe the other timings does not suit you, you can join the evening batch as well. These are the course dates, immediate course dates. So generally every month we start a new batch, both online as well as offline. So for immediate joining, you can basically have a look at these dates and make a note. All right. So I'm getting maybe one or two questions. Yeah, somebody's asking. I showed Pune. Somebody asked Pune. They're asking about Delhi NCR region. Yes, we have companies from Delhi NCR also, Gurgaon, etc. Yes, we have. Okay. Saurabh is asking, what's my name? My name is Mubeen, Saurabh. I think you missed out the introduction part. Okay, I work as a technology head at Emertxe. So Mahesh is asking, suppose we selected one company, can we sit for another company? Usually we don't allow you to apply for another company once you're selected, right? But in case of conflicts, for example, let's say you got selected in two companies at the same time, or in a week you're attending multiple companies, etc., then you can make an informed decision. You can talk to the placement team and you can make an informed decision. But once you get an offer in one company, then we won't allow you to for apply for another company. Okay, this is to keep in the best interest of the company, because if you decline an offer, then company will not come back to us. Okay, that is the reason. So that's why what we tell is that when you apply for a company, you take your time, don't rush and apply, right? Specific companies maybe are initially interested, apply for those specific companies so that you can give your best. Okay, hope I answered your question, Mahesh. All right, then, okay, so this is about the course start date. Any more questions you have before I wind up? So you can stay connected. So we are active in social media, including LinkedIn and Instagram, right? So you can reach out to us in LinkedIn, Emertxe, or Instagram at Emertxe IT. Or if you want to directly reach out to our course counselors, you can make a note of these phone number as well as the email ID. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, so fees I have not shared here. We can reach out to the course counselor. You can make a note of this number, because fees varies from course to course, and it also, we run some discounts for freshers based upon their percentage, etc. And there is one shot discount and so on. So you can reach out to the student counselor. They'll share all the details about the online, offline, and scholarship options as well. Okay. So this Sevaranjini, this is not a webinar about internship. Internship is for students who are currently undergoing engineering, which is the free internship which happens for 1 month. That is for students who are undergoing engineering courses, not for people who are looking for a job oriented course. Okay, this is for a job oriented course. Any more questions? All right, I think we are done. So if you have any more questions, as I share the contact details, okay, so you can reach out to those numbers and you can get your queries clarified. So with this, I would like to say welcome. So I hope you got an overview about what we offer in the embedded system course, what you're going to learn, and how the placement looks in Emertxe. Apart from technical training, we also provide like interview prep sessions, soft skills based evaluation is also done. And also I shared some details about the recent placements which happened for freshers as well as people with year gap and so on. So I hope you got an overview about it. And if you have any more queries, feel free to reach out to us through email or WhatsApp, or even you can directly call us. So thank you everyone for joining, and hope you will be able to gain some idea about the embedded system course, and feel free to reach out to us in the contact details which I shared. Thank you. Have a good night.